Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Vlogmas Day 9. Day 9. Day 9. We are so close to Christmas and Vlogmas has just flown by. Oh, I've just eaten dinner, I haven't got any food in my teeth, have I? Though I had a ton of ideas that I wanted to do over Vlogmas, I didn't give myself any deadlines or schedules because I kind of just wanted to make myself enjoy Vlogmas as much as possible, considering it was something I've wanted to do for so long, and I wanted just to kind of wake up in the morning, open my idea book and pick something that I just fancied to do that day. Like, I just wanted it to be something that was quite casual. But this video, however, is something I feel like needs to go up pretty bloody soon because you guys are running out of time. But saying that, I have seen a lot of people say they haven't even started yet, which is crazy to me because I think I'm almost finished. Like, I would just like to say right now, whilst I can, if you are a family member or a friend, I don't think I've even bought for friends yet actually, but if you're a family member, please turn this video off now, even though I don't really know anyone that watches my videos in my family religiously anyway. I mean, they pop in every now and again, probably finding out what I'm doing in my life. Now we can start. So I decided to put together a little video hauling all the things that I've bought for people, not really for the reason of giving you ideas of what to get somebody. Like, I didn't want to make this video to say you could get your aunt this or you could get your mum this. I was mainly doing it to kind of categorize things, like put things into a category and say, why don't you try something like this, or get in something along the lines of this is a good idea. Like, I didn't really want to promote these items with the sole purpose of you buying them as well. I just wanted this video to give you guys hints and tips and tricks on how to do some Christmas shopping this year if you are particularly struggling, especially now because you're running out of time, just saying. Speaking of tips and tricks, the biggest thing I can possibly give you, and I'll give you it at the beginning of the video so you don't even need to watch the rest of the video if you really don't want to, but my biggest piece of advice gift giving is to keep an area of your bedroom free for you to put presents in and for you to put items in that you find throughout the year for friends and family. It really doesn't matter what time of the year it is, how long away something is. If you see something for somebody that somebody would love and it happens maybe even to be on sale, maybe it just happens to be on like a huge discount of some sort, and if it's just something that you know somebody would really appreciate, it doesn't need to be a special occasion at that point in time for you to buy it. As long as you've got it and then kept it stashed away somewhere in your bedroom, you will probably forget about it, and that's the best part of the process, because then when their birthday comes around or Christmas comes around, you can look in that cupboard, for instance, that you keep presents in, which is what I do, and be like, yes, I completely forgot I got this thing for my dad last year. Things like Black Friday, things like January sales, like they're great for times like that if you're the type of person to be super organised, which I'm actually not. I'm not organised in the slightest, but with things like that I definitely can be, because I'm quite big on saving money and I take pride in like finding bargains and stuff. Novelty slash humorous. I almost said hummus. Funny presents are usually like the first thing that I start looking at, because I just think that I always feel like that's probably a best bet, because if you don't know what they actually like, then you may as well give them something that's going to make them laugh. I found this in a men's gift shop in Brighton, and it's like a mock up of a Famous Five Enid Blyton book. I don't know if any of you know who Famous Five are, but my mum used to read them. Like, she loved all the books and she was just a big fan of them. I was a big fan of the PC games myself, and I did try reading a few books, but this particular writer called Bruno Vincent made funny versions of the book. So this one's called 5 Give Up the Booze. So like all the titles in the original books would say like 5 Go to Caring Cottage or something. It's the piss take basically. I like the fact that this captures a tiny bit of her childhood as well, so I'm like, yeah, I'm really proud of this find. So this was for sale for like £8 in the gift shop, and I was like, nah, I'm pretty sure I can find this cheaper somewhere else, so I got it on eBay for like half that price. I'm gonna give that as one of my tips actually. If you go out shopping and you see something perfect for somebody, have a little look on your phone quickly whilst you're in the shop to see if you can get it cheaper later on. I guess this is kind of staying on like the funny level, but I did manage to keep this saved back, which is what I got from Sass & Belle. I don't know if you remember me showing you. I got this unicorn jewellery dish. It's just a little unicorn that you can pop your jewellery on, and it is like I mean, I guess it's not really a funny gift, but my sister's really into unicorns, so... And I've already got one, but it's a little cactus, and I really love it, so hopefully she'll like hers. Another little silly thing I actually got as part of the present for Adam. I mentioned to him the other day whether he's ever eaten astronaut ice cream before. Basically, if you don't know what this is, so it's freeze-dried ice cream that astronauts actually eat. And I felt like he may be interested in this. Why? Well, because he's a weirdo. No. Not only does he have the biggest sweet tooth in the world, he's probably tried everything sweet under the sun already. So when he told me he hadn't tried this before, I was like, holy crap. I mean, it'll keep him happy for a while, for 5 minutes at least. I'm not ashamed to say that I turned to alcohol when I really struggle about getting somebody something for Christmas or their birthday or just a special occasion. I'm like, what do I do? Like, the first thing my brain thinks of is maybe alcohol. I saw these 2 bottles of Baileys, like the original Baileys, which is pretty good in my eyes because my family always get like the cheap stuff because, I mean, Baileys is pretty expensive. But I found that, I can't even remember how much these were each now, but it was a huge discount off. And then I figured, hey, Christmas is 2 months time, so I stashed these away, and I'm going to give one to my mum, I'm going to give one to Kate, my sister, because they're big fans of Baileys. They have it at Christmas time, and I think they'll appreciate the fact that it's original Baileys and it's not like a knockoff version. Look after that, okay, Lotso? I just realised, me telling you like all these bargains I'm finding, if any of my family or friends look back at this video after they've seen the presents, they're going to be like, oh, she got that for cheap, the stingy bitch. On the lines of alcohol and all that fun stuff, I actually have these, which Adam managed to grab for so cheap at Halloween time. So for like a few pence or so, he managed to get like a load of these, and I just asked him if I could have one. And they come obviously in a pack of 6, and they're little like skull shot glasses, which like looks cool at Halloween, but my sister Vicky would love these. And as well as that, also at Halloween time, these were like real cheap as well. As you can tell, this is a lot more Halloweeny, so I may take out the straw. Like, you'd never really know that it came from Halloween stock. She would most definitely use this in every day. Those skull glasses, by the way, were all found in Wilko's, which is Wilkinson's in the UK. It's a great place. Speaking of my sister Vicky, she has been really crafty this year, and she's been making a lot of her Christmas presents for people, which I admire a huge amount, but I'm not in any way, shape or form talented in that way. Like, I can't do DIY stuff. If I do, it has to be very simple, and I don't really want to give somebody something which is a bit naff. So the most crafty I'm getting this year is literally doing something which my own mother has asked me to do this year. I asked her what she wanted for Christmas, and like, bless her heart, she simply just said to me, Ellie, can you print out pictures of the rabbits and put them in a photo album? If that's not like the cutest thing to ask for Christmas, I don't know what it is, because what the hell. So I've got this Peter Rabbit photo album. It comes with 100 photo slip sleeves. Oh, little Peter Rabbit on the back, how cute's that? So what I've decided to do is find all the photos I possibly could of the rabbits that she's taken over the time we've had them, and I used Photobox, which is a really good website for printing out simple photos like this. I know it's very rare these days to have something that isn't digital, and I think that's a real shame, but websites like Photobox make that so easy. I got, I think it's about 34 different photos of the rabbits for around about £4, and even if you just Google like Photobox discount codes, you will get like a big % off your order and stuff like that. If you know anybody who may appreciate photos or something, like, think about what means a lot to some people, like, or maybe someone who travels a lot and like has a lot of photos because of that, or just anyone you can think of that may have a lot of photos for one reason or another. I reckon it's a good idea to do something like this. Honestly, it will make my mum's Christmas because she hates how everything's digital these days. Okay, right, my mum's a big fan of rabbits, alright? She has been since we had Freckles, which all of you guys would probably remember. Rest in peace. I was walking about in Primark actually looking for some items to put in a Christmas Eve box that I want to give to my 2 sisters on Christmas Eve, funnily enough. As I was looking around there, I didn't actually expect to see this, but I saw this hanging up. And I honestly thought of my mum straight away. I was like, she's gonna love this. It says on it it's a pyjama bag. It's so soft, and like, my mum, I doubt, would put pyjamas in it, but she would definitely find like something to put in it. Like, I may even put like the bottle of Baileys in it or something. I don't think that would fit. Would it fit? Yeah! But anyway, I just thought it was like fun. It wasn't too expensive. It was only like £4 or so. So if you know somebody that is a huge animal lover, then count your lucky stars, because those people are usually, well, they tend to be quite easy to buy for. Anything to do with an animal will make them really happy. I would say I'm joking, but I don't think I am. Things I've had stashed in that cupboard for literal months and months and months was actually this. I'm gonna say like back in May. It was sat in a charity shop like ages ago, and it was £2.50, and my dad is a huge fan of all birds, like particularly robins. I wanted to include this even though it's very random and I don't really think this will interest you. I think it's important to mention that charity shopping it's just essential around Christmas time. Why? Because you're donating to charity at the same time as saving money yourself and getting people Christmas gifts you never thought you would ever be able to find and you never thought they'd need until you see it. You can surprise yourself in charity shops. Like, you can walk into one not really knowing what to expect or not really knowing what you're looking for, but knowing that you're looking for somebody. I just get excited over the fact that you don't know what to expect when you walk in one every day, and that's exciting to me, and I don't care if that sounds sad. I also saw this ages ago because, like I said, my sister Kate, she is very much into like fairy fantasy kind of stuff. She loves Tinkerbell, and I saw this, I think it may have been on discount, I don't know. It was a Tinkerbell Disney A5 notebook, and you can't go wrong with stationery, I think. It doesn't really matter if someone's like big about writing or like good with writing and stuff. I think everyone appreciates having a hold of stationery. Once again, it's nice not to have like digital stuff all the time. Clothes is always like a tricky one, but also one that I always end up doing every year, simply because I love receiving clothes personally. So I decided to get Adam like a really nice shirt. I know he wears them for work, so it's a bit boring the fact I'm giving him like a work shirt, like, thanks. It's sort of sensible because he can use it like practically for work, but at the same time he can wear it when he wants to go out. If someone bought me a nice dress for working in, I'd be cool with that because it's a nice bloody dress. So this is a really nice brushed cotton, like, oh, it's so soft. It's from Red Herring, and it's a really beautiful colour, and it's definitely his colour. Like, he looks really good in burgundy. And I just love the wooden buttons here. I actually got this on Black Friday, so there was a bit of a percentage off, and that was in Debenhams because Debenhams was doing quite a big sale on Black Friday, which brings me to the next one of having a popcorn maker in my basket because Adam's a big fan of all things sweet, like I was saying. I had that in my basket for a little while, as well as this. And obviously I took too long to pay for it. Like, I took too long to check out, so somebody actually stole it from my basket. I got a notification saying, sorry, an item in your basket is out of stock. And I was like, what? It was in my basket. Imagine if that happened in stores. You're walking around with something in your basket and someone just comes along and says, sorry, you're taking too long to buy that, so I'm just going to take that out of the basket for you and then put it in mine. Whatever, I decided to get this instead. Maybe it was a sign from the gods above. Adam's very much into like health and fitness, and at the moment he just feels like he's stuck in a rut and he's like not helping himself. So I decided that it may be really helpful for him to have like a blender. And I'm not saying, I don't want anyone to be like, oh my god, like she's telling her boyfriend to be healthy. I'm not. Like, I'm trying to help him help himself because he's always saying how he would love to do it, like to be more healthy. It's a blend and go easy pour one with crushes ice, and you can fit it in a car or like put it in cup holders, just take it to work with him, and it's just simple. Like, you put everything in you want, like all this good stuff, blends it all up after one touch, and then like you pop it out and off it goes, and like the only bit you need to clean is the bit that you're drinking from anyway. It's just genius. I've always felt that putting stuff that is good for you into a drink makes it just like easier to eat, like tastier to eat. Another thing that I actually got from Debenhams and during the Black Friday, oh my god, on Twitter I called it Good Friday by accident. Like, how bad is that? I got Black Friday mixed up with Good Friday. Oh my god, I'm going to hell. I wanted to get him some like fancy underwear or something because, I don't know, I think it's quite typical for a guy to give a girl underwear on Christmas, but is it typical for a girl to give a guy? But anyway, Calvin Klein's are like my favourite brand of male underwear. For your information, I don't know why anyone would want to know that. These weren't actually too like discounted or anything. I just thought they would look nice on his bum. That's all. But no, seriously, like underwear, I think obviously you've got to know somebody's size, so you've got to inquire that bit of the process, or do what I did and just look through his dirty underwear and find out what size he is. Legit did that. That's not even a joke. Something way too obvious for me to even mention, but maybe you're so stuck and so confused and lost in your own little world that you've forgotten this exists. But chocolate, guys, you can never go wrong with buying someone chocolate for Christmas. I actually got sent this by Hotel Chocolat. A really nice brand of chocolate. I always see like their shop in London and I walk past it like, This in particular is like their Christmas special one. It's got a rocky road, dark fruit and nut, salted caramel, clementine chocolate. It's got a little reindeer down here and a snowflake milk chocolate. Like, it's just a little kit that looks nicer than just a standard box of chocolates that you can get any time of the year. So if you are really, really terrible at buying presents, like, the best advice I can give is to go get some fancy chocolate and wine. Like, I'm pretty sure she won't mind and whine about that one, unless she doesn't drink wine and she's on a diet. And my last tip, and last but not least, last resort I can give you is to simply ask what somebody would like for Christmas. I mean, if you don't ask, you don't get. And have you ever woken up on Christmas Day and received presents that you don't actually want and ask for, and then being like a little bit disappointed, but you don't want to admit it, but deep down you're like, could have done with the things I actually asked for? Exactly. So, the thing of that is, if you ask them quite early on, a lot before Christmas, it will still semi be a surprise at Christmas, because they may like not forget what they asked for, but just kind of be happy that like you remembered after all that time. But maybe I've given you that hint a little bit too late, because now they'll be like, why haven't you got me something? My sister Vicky had simply asked for some phone cases, and I know she really likes like galaxy themed things, so I decided to get her 2 galaxy cases. I got these from eBay for about £5 each. Couldn't really decide between the 2 of them, but now I've seen them in real life, I prefer this one. But I decided to get both, and she can decide. I also decided to get 2 because I get her one every year. By June or so, the case is usually broken, because I mean the ones I get her are like, it sounds really rude, but they're not super expensive ones. But I feel like she would get bored if I gave her one that would last like 2 years anyway. So if you know somebody who's always on their phone, which, let's be honest, that's everyone these days, all of those people would appreciate something to make it look a little bit more fancy-pantsy. Which leads me to this that she also asked for, which is a premium tempered glass screen protection. Like, how boring is this? But she did actually ask for this. It's just a protector that sits on your phone. Prepare yourself for the weirdest gift in the world, but my mum had actually asked for this strange looking creature from a shop called Culture Vulture, which is actually a really interesting online store. If you want to check it out, they do like really interesting things. This is a Day of the Dead Mexican cat. Adam slightly hinted that he would be interested in trying out the new Pokemon game, so I decided to get him Moon. I couldn't decide between Moon and Sun, just kidding. Had to get Moon because I love the Moon. So he's gonna play this because I made him play this one, because I've chosen the Moon. Like, he said he had no preference, so I was like, alright, okay. One of the many games he asked for, I decided to get. Maybe I'll get him another one. Who knows? If he's lucky. I'm still got a little bit of Christmas shopping for him to do. And lastly but not leastly, that's not how you say it, I showed this in a goodie bag unboxing. It's a teeth whitening kit from $1 Billion Smile, and I was saying to you guys how I wouldn't use it, and like, I was saying to you guys that I'm pretty happy with the shade of my teeth. My sister's always been like talking about teeth whitening kits and trying all these different ones and not really getting anywhere with it, so I decided to keep that away for a bit so I can give her it on Christmas, and hopefully she'll really like this and appreciate this, because I know she's giving up a lot of hope with teeth whitening kits, but maybe this will give a little bit of glimmer back in her life, literally, with hope and shiny teeth. So the last people I really need to work on is my dad, who's literally just asked for car wash stuff. Who asks for car wash stuff for Christmas? My dad does. My future sister-in-law, Scarlett, and a little bit more stuff for Adam. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying Vlogmas. I will see you tomorrow. Please don't forget to click the bell down there, even if you're a subscriber. Some of you aren't being told when I make a new video, so click subscribe and be notified every time I make a new video, but also make sure you're clicking the bell, because that way you definitely will be, because it means notifications get sent to you. I'm on social media such as my Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. If you want to follow me on those, please do, because I'm always chit-chatting away on them. Give this video a thumbs up, because then my channel gets boosted on the YouTube page. Like, there are so many things YouTube's lacking at the moment, so as long as you're commenting, liking and subscribing to my videos, then you're helping my channel huge amounts during this painful time that YouTube's putting us content creators through. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.